Hi guys, Jenny Anderson. I wanted to share with you some terrible, terrible news. I totally ruined my bullet journal. Let me share with you what happened. So I decided to go have lunch with my mom at work. And so I packed up lunch with for me and my toddler, and I took my water tumbler thing and I put it inside my purse. And no matter where I go, I always have my journal with me. And so it's just so normal for me to make sure my wallet is in there, my cell phone, my journal, everything. So I throw all this stuff in. We go to see my mom, and I get inside of her office area. My mom just eats there at work, so she brings her lunch. But there's like this little kind of table area in her workspace. So I set down my bag, and my 3-year-old pushed my purse over. And so I didn't even really think anything of it. Nope, no big deal. And then my mom's like, oh my gosh, there's water. And there was this puddle that was like, I don't know, like a foot and a half in diameter already. We're like, oh my gosh, I'm like, I forgot I had my water in there. So I set my purse up, and we pulled the water out, and we sopped everything up. And so we have lunch, and I was there for probably about 45 minutes to an hour. And then from there, I drove home to get my toddler to sleep. And I didn't even think about the fact that my journal was inside my purse. You guys, you're going to die when you see what happened to this thing. Okay, so on a normal page, right? So here's later in the journal. And in fact, this thing is still wet. It's like a day later and it's still wet. And so you can see along the top here how it's like all like rippled and stuff. And if you look, it goes down a good 25% of the page. All right. Here's the thing. That is what happened. That's the back of the journal. That is where everything got wet. So you can look and you can see page after page after page. My journal looks like a tie-dyed, I don't even know what. So like you can see on this page right here, it like whatever was up here got wet and it bled down. But because there was colors from other pages, like this one right here, or you say movie time, it totally bled through and all the way down. Yeah, I am not happy about this at all. One good thing is that it's just the colorful part like at the top of the page, okay? So it's usually like the date, for example. Most of the stuff that I write in my journal is written in ballpoint pen. And so you can't even see, like you can see like the ballpoint pen, but you can't, luckily it's not messed up. It was just the markers. So I just wanted to share with you and show you what happens when a bujo gets wet and when you're using the markers, because this is not something that I would have ever tried on my own to display for you guys. And in fact, here's the next page. You can see how far down it goes. I mean, that's a good 25, almost like 30% of the page down. And as I was just so sick about it yesterday, I took a picture and I texted two of my best friends and said, you guys, look at. And so, I mean, yeah, it looks kind of cool, right? It's a little bit like tie-dye, funky, whatever, kind of going back to my hippie roots. Like, I love that stuff. And at the same time, just so sick about it, right? Just so sad to see that that's what happened. And I even texted my friends and I said, I'm thinking I might just start over, just go with a totally brand new journal because I feel just so bad about this. And I just thought, okay, take a breath, calm down. And this morning when I woke up, and in my morning spiritual routine, I always like to have time to pray, read my scriptures, journal about insights that I'm getting during my prayer, journal about things that I'm reading in scriptures and the insights that I'm getting. And what I did was, instead of starting at the top of the page, I simply just moved down. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines, and dotted lines is how far I moved down. And I still have plenty of room for what I wanted to do. And the thought came to me that it's actually really beautiful art, right? So you look at this page here, and it's actually really kind of pretty, and no two pages are the same. And isn't that like our life, right? No 2 days are ever the same. It keeps changing, and there's always this evolution of things that are going on. And so perhaps in the end, maybe there's a little bit of goodness that has come from this perceived disaster, right? And to that end, I wanted to share these thoughts with you and show you also how crazy it'll look in your bullet journal if you let it get wet and if you let it sit in there for like an hour, okay? So maybe you want that look, go for that, and then you can end up with some really cool tie-dyed look. But also, when things go awry with your journal, it's a reflection of your life, right? It's a reflection of what is going on in your thoughts and your experiences. So this will forever be a reflection of that lunch that I had with my mom and my 3-year-old, and how later she sent me a text and she said, "You were the bright spot of my day." And that will be always immortalized with this. Sure, I could have jotted that down, but the vibrancy of the color makes it a completely different level of experience. So don't bemoan the bad stuff and the crazy that happens, and look and focus on what's good about it, and what is this showing me, and how else can I learn from what this is, and how does it benefit my life? Okay, my friends, take care. I wish you all of the best. And as always, to your successful and inspired life and career, take care.